All right, so it's another day, another match day in the World Cup at BC Place. This time it's a knockout stage match, the round of 32, between Switzerland and Algeria. It might be July right now, but it's still raining. I would say that I'm incredibly surprised by that, but the fact that it's Vancouver makes it slightly less surprising. I honestly don't even think it's rained in July for quite some time, as far as my memory goes. But we are still in Vancouver, so you gotta be prepared for rain in the middle of August or something too. In the last four World Cups, they reached the round of 16. This is their fifth straight appearance at the knockout stage, and in the previous four, they've gone out in the round of 16 each time. So there's certainly a barrier that they're going to be looking to overcome, and I do think they have a quite realistic chance of doing so. I think their team is very solid, it's very organized, it's consistent, and that is something that's really important when it comes to national teams these days, for sure. Algeria, on the other hand, they've only been in the knockout stage once before. That was in 2014 when they finished runners-up in their group, behind Belgium, but ahead of Russia and Korea Republic. They then took the eventual world champions, Germany, all the way to extra time before losing 2-1, thanks to goals from André Schürrle and Mesut Özil. I remember that Abdelmoumim Jabou scored very late on in extra time to give them a consolation goal, which was their first and so far only knockout stage goal that they've managed at the World Cup. That Algerian side is quite memorable, I would say. There's a couple of players from there that still play nowadays and are still in the squad, namely one of their main players, Riyad Mahrez, who wasn't necessarily one of their main players back then, but he certainly is now, despite the fact that he is much older. And their most capped player, Aissa Mandi, who's still around these days, and he is very much a starter. He is also the captain of the side today. The other name from that 2014 squad that is still here is Nabil Bentaleb, who is only 31 years old. That surprised me, because I hadn't really followed him since his Schalke days. But some of the other notable players from that squad back then, you got the likes of Yassine Brahimi, Islam Slimani. There's also Majid Bouguera, long-time goalkeeper Rais Omboli, and you also have the likes of Safir Taider, Sofiane Feghouli, and Fauzi Goulam. There's plenty of others that I can vaguely remember, but those are just some of them. Nowadays, it's quite a bit younger squad, but it has very good players in its own right, the likes of Ibrahim Maza, who is very much one to watch. He's already showed his qualities very well at this World Cup in the group stage, and same with this season at Bayer Leverkusen, and he's been one of their most important players. There's also the likes of Faris Chabi, who plays for Eintracht Frankfurt. He's also an exciting talent as well. Another really interesting thing, Vladimir Petkovic. He's going up against the national team in which he spent 7 years as the coach. It was after Euro 2020 where Murat Yakin took over for him at the Swiss national team, and he is still here today. So, very intriguing.
ما كان احسن يا عمر.
See, I'm sure you can tell based on what I'm wearing, but I'm gonna be a Swiss fan for today. I mean, I do like them in general, but I'm gonna be an honorary Swiss for today.
Miranda, originaire du Mexique, et Juan Lara, originaire du Chili.
Starting with the goalkeeper, number 1.
Numéro 1.
Gregor Koval. Number 4.
Numéro 4.
Nico Elvedi. Number 5.
Numéro 5.
Manuel Akanji. Number 6.
Numéro 6.
Gary Zakaria. Number 7.
Numéro 7.
Real Mbolo. Number 8.
Numéro 8.
Remo Freuler. Number 9.
Numéro 9.
Johan Manzondi. Number 10.
Numéro 10.
Granit Xhaka. Number 11.
Numéro 11.
Danendoy. Number 13,
Numéro 13.
Ricardo Rodriguez. Number 17,
Numéro 17.
Ruben Vargas. And coach is Juan Algeria.
Sur le banc de touche, on retrouve le sélectionneur Juan Gatti. Pour la Suisse.
Starting with goalkeeper number 23,
Numéro 23.
Lucas Zidane. Number 2,
Numéro 2.
Aissa Mandi. Number 6,
Numéro 6.
Remy Saruki. Number 7,
Numéro 7.
Riyad Mahrez. Number 8,
Numéro 8.
Husam Awar. Number 10,
Numéro 10.
Fares Shady. Number 15,
Numéro 15.
Rayan Aiduri. Number 17,
Numéro 17.
Rafiq Belgali. Number 19,
Numéro 19.
Silvio Bentele. Number 21,
Numéro 21.
Rami Bensabeni. Number 22,
Numéro 22.
Ibrahim Maza. Head coach is Vladimir Petkovic.
Sur le banc de touche, on retrouve le sélectionneur Vladimir Petkovic.
Here are the substitutes for Algeria.
Voici maintenant les remplaçants pour l'Algérie.
Vancouver, FIFA World Cup 2026, Switzerland and Algeria.
Vancouver, la Coupe du Monde de la FIFA 2026, la Suisse et l'Algérie.
Please rise to welcome tonight's two teams, Switzerland and Algeria.
Veuillez accueillir les deux équipes d'aujourd'hui, la Suisse et l'Algérie.
Fans, please rise if you're able for the playing of the national anthem of Switzerland.
Veuillez vous lever si vous le pouvez pour l'hymne national de la Suisse.
ready to the front flag of Algeria.
Maintenant, veuillez rester debout si vous le pouvez pour l'hymne national de l'Algérie.
Algeria have started on the front foot in the first 8 minutes or so. They're the ones in possession. Switzerland haven't really got on field yet. Brand and Bolo, they're leading their first attack of the match. Your defense is terrified, and Bolo's on fire. Your defense is terrified. That all started from Algeria losing the ball at midfield, and then all of a sudden Manzambi's pace, he gets it behind and he pulls it back for Mbolo. Yeah, he's not missing that. Great run from Manzambi. But, yeah, he got past Mandi and Mbolo. No mistake. What a start. Funny because, yeah, Algeria was on the front foot, and then, yeah, now they're behind. Okay. Oh. Mbolo was lurking there. All right, so it's been Algeria with the possession. Mostly Aïdouri and Awad are working down the left side. But yeah, Switzerland just scored on their first attack of the match. So that's been how that's gone so far. There's not really too much else to speak about. But as usual, Manzambi is a big threat, especially on the counter. His pace is difficult for any team to deal with, and Algeria not found it easy either. By the way, so Switzerland, they made 2 changes to the starting lineup from the victory against Canada. So Dan Ndoye came back in. That means Djibril Sow dropped to the bench, and Yohan Manzambi moved to the center, like to support Brel Mbolo, like playing right behind him. And Denis Zakaria is playing right back. Luka Jakez is injured, but it's not Wiedmer coming in as a replacement, it is Denis Zakaria instead. was a chance for Maza, but kind of was an instinct to swipe at the ball that fell to him, but just connected with it wrong and sent it wide.
The score at halftime is Switzerland 1, Algeria 0.
Le score à la mi-temps, la Suisse 1, l'Algérie 0.
I think what's really interesting about Petkovic's lineup is that he's not using a true striker or a true like 9. Amin Gouiri was dropped to the bench today in place of an extra midfielder, which was Ramiz Zerouki. So he's playing in a midfield 3 alongside Faris Chebi and Namir Bentaleb. So that means Ibn Maza is actually playing as a false 9. He's had a lot of work to do this first half, especially with starting attacks and spreading the ball out wide to the attacking fullbacks of Belgali and Ainouri. They managed to get some good positions, just haven't quite managed to create any big opportunities just yet. Yeah, for Switzerland, their attacks have mostly come through Manzambi. Some of them come from Vargas on the left side. But it's mostly Manzambi collecting the ball and then running at Algeria's defense. That's been mainly what they've been doing. When they have possession, that is. Nice from Bensebaini. What was that? Oh no. God Ndoye. Dan Ndoye.
Switzerland goal scored by number 11, Dan Ndoye.
That was about the worst start Algeria could have made to the second half. They made a mess of clearing the ball away, and I think it was Bensebaini that first gave it away to Zakaria, and then his pullback was only cleared to Ndoye at the edge of the area, and he made the finish. But just like Switzerland did against us, Canada, they score right at the start of the second half. Seems like they're good at that. How did Rito miss that? Also a great save by Zidane, but how did Rito miss that one?
Final score, Switzerland 2, Algeria 0.
Le score final, la Suisse 2, l'Algérie 0.
Congratulations to Switzerland who qualified for the round of 16.
Félicitations à l'équipe de la Suisse qui se qualifie pour les huitièmes de finale.
I decided to do this video a bit differently this time, mainly so I could focus on what was happening a lot more. And again, I guess like for most people, they can probably check the highlights, which would definitely be more. You'd be able to see a lot more from there than what I would have to post. But yeah, overall the match, efficient performance of Switzerland. Wasn't the most exciting match by any means. It wasn't like some absolute masterclass per se. Well, in terms of organization, it definitely was a incredible, very well done by Switzerland. Defensively, they were more or less faultless, and Algeria could never really get any good spells going. They never really troubled the goal of Gregor Kobel that much. I think he didn't really have any serious save to make. He had a couple that he caught and held onto, but that was a lot of that was due to just the very organized defending of Switzerland, especially Denis Zakaria, who was definitely brought into the right back position instead of Wiedmer as a more defensive-minded selection. And that's worked out really well for Murat Yakin. I think Denis Zakaria, he didn't even lose a single duel the whole match. He made very good timely interceptions when the ball was played out wide, and he even got forward quite a bit as well, especially in the second half. But even then, though, I think, yeah, like for the first 10 minutes or so, Algeria looked good. Like, they had the ball in Swiss territory. They were controlling. Yeah, they were controlling like the play for the first 10 minutes, but then when Manzambi gets on the ball and he's able to run at defenders, that's something that many teams won't be able to do or aren't able to deal with. I think Bundesliga sides have found that out. Even us, Canada, we found that out too when we played them. Yeah, the pace of Manzambi, he's kind of unique in a sense because it feels like he has a skill set of a winger and the pace of a winger, but also if you kind of give him some free space to roam around the attack, or like even like have him more in the middle or something, he's able to freely roam across to the left or to the right or wherever he wants. That is even more effective for him. So I guess, yeah, Murat Yakin, Manzambi started on the right side against Canada, but he started more in the center this time. But he was always drifting out to one of the wings to be available when Switzerland were countering, and I think it's safe to say that he is very much in the running for best young player of the tournament. He's perhaps, I mean, of course there's Lamine Yamal, but he's not fully fit. But even then, I think, despite that, I think even if he was fully fit, I think Manzambi could very much be a candidate for best young player of the tournament from what he's done so far. From what I read, he's the first, I think, under 21 player to have registered 5 goal contributions at a World Cup finals, which puts him in very unique. Yeah, it puts him in very unique territory. That's the only other player that's done that is our very own, Vancouver's Whitecaps' very own Thomas Müller. So that's some very, very good company to have for that sort of thing. The timing of Algeria conceding the goals was some of the least ideal that they would have wanted. As I already said, the first 10 minutes they were on top, and then Switzerland, they get forward once and take full advantage. I think after that, Algeria, they still kept the ball a good amount, especially in Switzerland's half. But yeah, they still couldn't really create any big chances. Well, I think they did have one. Yeah, they did have one when Ibrahim Maza struck wide from about, I don't know, close to the penalty spot, I think. But what I noticed was that their fullbacks, Aïdouri and Belghali, they love to get forward, and they got forward quite a lot in the first half. And and they were doing well, I think, in that regard. But then when the second half came in, conceding immediately after the restart, and honestly, I think from the perspective of Algeria, that was preventable. Twice they didn't clear their lines. I think the first time it was Benti Baini that lost possession in his own penalty area, actually, and then Belghali's half clearance, ends up at the feet of Ndoye, and yeah, I think we found that out, in Switzerland's last match, that they're very good at punishing those kind of mistakes, and that's exactly what happened. And then, yeah, when the second half, after that, I think Algeria, they just couldn't really find any other gear to pick themselves up from that situation. Even despite the result, definitely saw some very good glimpses of Ibrahim Maza. He's only 20 years old, and he's already got a huge responsibility for the Algerian national team. And I think throughout this tournament, he's done that very well. Even though he didn't register a goal contribution, he was running the show for Algeria in each match. But yeah, overall, I think all the starters for Switzerland, they contributed today. Whether it was Gregor Kobel, Gandhi Xhaka, Dan Ndoye, Brelin Bolo, same with even Ricardo Rodriguez, the centre backs Akaji Avedi, Freuler, and of course Manzambi. I guess you could probably say the only one less than ideal thing was that open goal miss from Fabian Ruida. I've seen the replay a couple more times on the way here, or while I was on the train, and it was a lot worse of a miss than I thought at first. So, but they're in the round of 16. It's their first knockout round match victory since 1954. Of course, they are now. Next would be to break their round of 16 exit streak, and that will be here again next week against the winner of Colombia or Ghana. I think Colombia is definitely the favorites in that one, and if they do reach this round, that's going to be a very good match to watch. Switzerland versus Colombia. These are two teams that I would say are, at worst, they are very close to the top national teams in the world. Well, maybe barring France or something, because France has been absolutely on a tear this World Cup. But yeah, I think Switzerland and Colombia, these are two sides that could very much compete with the best teams. Now, I do wonder what Premier League club is going to fork out a massive amount of money to sign Johan Manzambi. Personally, I would like to see him stay at Freiburg for one more season, and then can consider a move then, mainly because I don't know. I think moving after only a singular season at SC Freiburg feels like it might be too early. But if he does move, hopefully it's not, I don't know. I don't really know who would sign him, actually. Just whoever wants to put out the most money. I don't know. Maybe Chelsea will give him a 80-year contract or something. Which, well, I mean, they do have Xabi Alonso as a coach now, which is pretty cool. So, it's looking a bit better for them compared to the previous years. But anyways, that's it for tonight. I may or may not be at the round of 16 match for Switzerland. I will have to wait and see on that part. But yeah, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. I very much enjoyed being a temporary Swiss person. Perhaps I may have to do that again next week too, actually. But yeah, have a good rest of your day, and I will see you at the next match. Have a good one. Bye.